Usual turn this morning. In the midst of this unusual presidential campaign, we have an award-winning and cutting-edge political cartoonist as our guest today. How do you like that for an intro, huh?
Not bad.
Not bad, right? The one and the only Dan Wasserman is a cartoonist for the Boston Globe. He joined the Globe back in 1985. He's also syndicated in 40 newspapers, U.S., Latin America, Europe. Great to put a face with the talent that many of us see every day.
Thanks.
I have to ask you right off the bat. Is Trump's God's gift to political cartoonists, or maybe both of them are God's gift to?
Well, Trump is in a category by himself.
What category is that?
Well, from my point of view, a pretty rancid category. So, as a cartoonist, you're of two minds. One is, he's unbelievable to draw, and gives you more material in a 24-hour news cycle than most candidates will do in an entire election. On the other hand, I don't think it's particularly good for the country or the democracy or the political dialogue. I mean, I think there's a lot of damage has been done here.
Well, and I see. Is he difficult to draw? With the hair and
no,
the,
he's not
and the
difficult
countenance
to draw.
and whatever.
Well, I'll tell you, you do have to get used to new shades of orange. Okay, that is a challenge.
Take out your crayons. You really
You have to reach. Okay.
New shades
So let's
of
take a
orange.
look at some of your recent ones from 2016. Look at the first one. You say, the corrupt media is biased against me. This is Donald Trump talking. It's the worst pile-on in American political history. As soon as I say something, they compare it to what I said the day before. So you have become an astute student of Donald Trump. Has he won the war by attacking us and taking advantage of all the free media time that everyone's giving him?
Well, I think it's been a huge factor in his success. I mean, attacking the media is not a new political strategy, but I think he's taken it to new heights. Also to new heights of chutzpah, because basically what people are doing is running the videotape of what he said, just a short time before, and it's totally contradictory.
I'm not so sure it's hurting him that much, though, is it? Or
Well, we'll see how much coherence is a necessary qualification to be president of the United States, but he certainly lacks it because there's no consistent policy.
You know what I saw in that? We just ran through the 4 frames again, and I did the hand gestures because the hands are always with the finger.
It's almost like you
this.
can see
He's
him
always
moving,
the finger, like
and
this,
you envision him moving when you see him on video.
But as I mentioned at the beginning of the conversation, Hillary Clinton also has felt the sting of your pen, your colors. Because here to compare her changing political positions to yoga poses, lean to the left, feel the stretch, not the burn. Now relax, return to the right. Now back to the center and hold. We call this November pose. How easy is it to satirize her?
Well, she's been around a long time, and people are familiar with her sort of political adjustments, and we're seeing another one now. She's got a big challenge, since she had to deal with Bernie Sanders for a long time and appealed to the progressive part of the party. And now she's in a general election. So the yoga poses are getting more challenging. We'll see how flexible she is.
And yet, though, for you to communicate a position in 4 frames, it's difficult. No? I mean, you don't have 85 words. You're dealing with 4 frames.
Yeah, well, that's why the visuals are useful, something like, the yoga analogy. And the trick is to find a way to distill this, to make it simple. To make it, immediately communicate. So some days you succeed, some days maybe not so much.
Is she just as easy to draw as Donald Trump?
No.
What makes her tougher?
Well, she's actually a handsome woman, and you're caricaturing somebody and making them look, kind of goofy. I don't find her nearly as easy to draw as Trump. Takes more work. Trump is kind of marches right out of the Sunday comics as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, let's take another look at another cartoon. Trump is on TV saying, I will create millions of new jobs. You suggest most of those jobs will be fact checkers for what he says. So tell me a little bit of what you were thinking when you were doing
Well,
this.
I think there's a whole industry in trying to catch up with Donald Trump's assertions. And I think many of them, he just says whatever comes into his head or whatever he thinks is politically expedient. And many of them have turned out not to be the case. Most recently, last week, when he was talking about how he didn't support the war in Iraq, when there's videotape showing that he did. He keeps making that assertion, despite the fact that everybody has said it's not true.
So you're going to be unhappy when November 9th? Are you going to be unhappy? You'll have someone, right?
There's always someone.
There's always someone.
I'll be very happy if Donald Trump is not the president of the United States.
we can-
Okay, all right, my politics are right out there.
I don't think
I don't think there's any ambiguity.
Right, exactly. I don't think
We'll be
anyone
right
was
back.
guessing.
We'll be right.